This one is about the story, the starting story of Udemy. This is going to be a good story. It has using all of the social capital at your disposal possible. It has data mining, cold emailing, and A/B testing. Has manipulating investors, manipulating users. The manipulating investors kind of a joke. Users too. It's really just a lot of guerrilla tactics, type of guerrilla tactics that I love, that I like to share, that I like to learn, and that I like to share. This is a good story. This comes from the first 1,000 newsletter. I've talked about this before. First 1,000 newsletter. It's now a newsletter about CRO and A/B testing, conversion rate optimization, and A/B testing. But it started as a newsletter about how companies got their first 1,000 users. Previously, I read the story of Stripe on this podcast and the story of SnackPass, which came from the first 1,000 newsletters. A great newsletter. All right, I want to read this to you. This is a good one. Udemy, the cold start problem. Goggin, he's one of the co-founders of Udemy. Goggin spent the first 6 months of the company cold calling instructors. Udemy, by the way, is an online learning platform where you get courses. You have instructors, you get courses. Goggin spent the first 6 months of the company cold calling instructors and asking them to put courses on their platform. Udemy had no reputation or success stories of instructors making a living on their site. Because of that, none of the instructors Goggin called created courses for Udemy. So it's 6 months doing this. Startup Digest University. Goggin took matters to his own hands. His roommate was working on Startup Digest, the newsletter that had around 50,000 to 70,000 subscribers at the time. He piggybacked off their name and launched Startup Digest University, an offline paid event where founders can come and learn more about the mechanics of launching a startup. But he still needed content that was not just another conference talk anyone can find on YouTube. Where did Goggin go? He went to his investors. He outlined very clearly what he wanted talks to look like. He wanted content with concrete examples, data, and actionable insights. Because investors, the majority of them, I hope, are deeply invested in your success, they agreed. Goggin categorized these. That's crazy to me that he got his investors to make these courses. Goggin categorized these recorded talks, launched them on Udemy to create his very first courses. He now had the supply side of the marketplace covered, and all he had to do was focus on getting customers to purchase these courses and use that as a case study to get more creators involved. Startup Digest University. Goggin had an easier time getting distribution to these courses than he did trying to get course creators on board. It didn't take him 6 months, that's for sure. There are a few reasons for that. 1, social capital / credibility of the instructors, Udemy investors. 2, brand recognition from Startup Digest. As you can imagine, Goggin utilized every distribution channel he had at his disposal. He asked investors to promote it, shout outs in Startup Digest, asked friends and acquaintances to promote it as well. Getting actual course creators on board. With the case study in hand, Goggin created a 3-step funnel to find potential instructors and convince them to create courses on Udemy. Number 1, finding the leads. Goggin needed a huge amount of leads. He accomplished this by outsourcing the lead generation process for $3 an hour to data miners in the Philippines using Odesk. In the past, Udemy used college interns but switched to outsourcing to increase efficiency. Udemy had 5 to 10 outsourcers working on lead gen at any given time. What did the outsourcers do? The lead gen team searched Learn Python or What is Python and any other search term related to learning Python or any other topic Udemy wanted a course on. When the data miners found a relevant site, they'd copy paste the web page author's email. This amounted to hundreds of emails a day that the outsourcers would put in a Google Doc. Number 2, getting the leads to talk to them. Once they had the emails, the data miners would email one by one each address. Goggin didn't use MailChimp or any other mass email service because he thought it looked sketchy. The outsourcers sent a variety of emails Goggin wrote beforehand and tracked which emails received a response. After 500 emails or so, the team switched to the winning email copy. Number 3, closing the lead. At this point, the data miners successfully had hundreds of instructors signed up for Udemy, but there was still a problem. The instructors rarely finished and launched their courses. So Goggin got creative. Udemy emailed any instructor who didn't finish their course and said, hey, we want to run a promotion for your course in 3 weeks. Can you finish it by then? This email convinced instructors to finish creating their courses in just a few weeks. It also increased the conversion to get people to create courses who hadn't even started. So that's it. That's how Udemy got its start. I thought there were some great tactics in this. I wanted to share it. I just read it before this myself, thought it worth sharing. It is Christmas Eve, Sunday, December 24th. It is 10 p.m. I love these stories. I love sharing them, and I love that you listen. I'm very grateful on such a wonderful day to have you tuning in. Lovely Christmas Eve evening here in Wrocław, Poland. Thank you so much for listening. I will talk to you again tomorrow on Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, everybody. Bye now.